All right, so what you have is White House urges cooler heads to prevail. Some of you guys don't know. Some of you guys don't know this, but Trump, but I don't know how you don't know this yet, but literally every single time there's tariffs, it always gets what? It always gets what? It always gets backtracked, right? So to fall for this one again, if some of you guys are falling for this one again, what is it? What is it? You might be insane. You might be insane. You might be insane because you can't keep falling for this time and time again, okay? We're gonna look at some charts here, but just know that this is already like they're already trying to backtrack it, first of all, but it'll get backtracked regardless, okay? The tariff news on Greenland, you put the 10% tariffs on, Denmark, United Kingdom, Sweden, Germany, Netherlands, Finland, etc. So, there's a lot of tariffs going in, but he said, and it even said if no deal is reached, Trump said 10% tariffs would increase to 25% on June 1st. So that's like 6 months away. I think we're always so concerned about this deal happening. We're always so concerned about a deal happening, but look, man, they'll get something done like what always happens. Okay, our job, our job is to get into these charts and figure out the best setups coming into the market. Okay, there's massive opportunity. Before we get into that opportunity, though, you guys need to run the likes up. Okay, we need more likes in this live stream because there's some amazing setups out there currently taking place. Okay, we're gonna find them. We're gonna find them. Okay, and if you look at the Nasdaq, this is just the cues. I believe this is just retesting a lot of support. Right, it's in a demand area right now. This is the bouncy area, so there's no reason to even really fear right here, right? And even if I don't think this run is done at all. I don't think this run is done at all. So, if anything, we'll just find some more dip buys right here, right? But right here, this is a massive buying opportunity, or this is a massive bounce area. Okay, you're even getting some hidden bull diversions taking place. Oh no, it was on a weekly. You're getting some weekly hidden bull diversions taking place. RSIs are resetting. It's just beautiful, man. It's just beautiful. And if you're the person that comes in here, or you look at the market and you get scared because of tariffs, we don't sell the rumor. We don't sell the rumor and buy the news, okay? Right? So if you're if you're selling right here, like if you're trying to get like the news is already out. You understand? The news is already out. So shorting right here, like you're shorting the news already being out, if that makes sense. You're like there's no we have FOMC coming up as well, I think. Not this week, but next week. So there's some more news coming out. But look, man, this is a buying area. We're gonna look for some good stocks. Okay, put the comments for stocks you guys want to look at, and we'll look at them. Somebody said Open Door. What do you think about Open Door? Do you post these on YouTube, or is X better to follow you? I started posting these on YouTube, but X is definitely. I post a lot of good. I post daily on X. I mean, both of those are probably where you can get more from this. But yeah, they're both good. I post these on YouTube though. Wow, I just started. Uh, if you look at, all right, let's look at Open, man. You guys really got Open. If you're getting scared, well, yeah, they call him Taco. They call him Taco for a reason. Okay, this has happened time and time and time again. Okay, it's a blessing. Okay, these dips are blessings. Okay, because when the Q's is doing what it's doing, and we're gonna see this take place in the next couple weeks to months, they're gonna be like, yo, like I wish I bought that dip. And people have said that every single time. But guess what? Every single time I come in here and we have a dip, I tell you to buy the dip. Why? Because we're going into a euphoric market. Okay, and it's not done. It's not done. But we're gonna look at Open. I don't see much for Rivian. Like I said, for Rivian, this really needed to get above $18. Inside of here, I'm not that interested in it. The next price target would probably be for me would be around. Actually, it's coming up on it right now, and this is from this entire leg. So I actually kind of like it. Hold on, let me delete all this. If you look at from the bottom to the top of this to the top that you see right here, from the Fibonacci, from the swing low to the swing high, from this entire leg that we actually caught. We made some money on this leg. But if you look at it from November 4th all the way until December 19th, this was the entire leg. And now what's happening is actually coming up on a really big bounce area. The last time it was here, it bounced right here. This is the Fibonacci retracement from the 618 from the bottom. Like, I actually like it right here. Like, this is a good risk to reward type of opportunity. And even if you look at the daily, this thing is literally, the RSI literally confirms bottoms a lot of the time. Like, if you go to the daily, this is where it bottomed out right here. You had all this consolidation. Now, you might get some consolidation right here because, the RSI, when it comes right here, it usually bottoms out and consolidates for a little while. But you do get a move to the upside each and every time. So I actually really like it right here. So if you're looking at getting the Rivian, I actually may be looking at this one as well for tomorrow. But this is a very, very good setup that has some potential. Okay, this is probably the best setup that you can get. If it falls below here, like, this thing is definitely cooked. And I'd be like, the only way I'd be bullish if this trades above 16, above the bounce area that you have right here. That's the only way. So I actually think it stays above here. Maybe sweeps you a little bit, but you want to pay attention to that weekly close. But I actually really like Rivian right here. It looks really good. So whoever said Rivian, shout out to you. I think Rivian, it could potentially be if not now, when? You understand? It does have earnings in 24 days, but last earnings, this thing went nuclear, like from $12 to 22, and so if not now, when? This is the best dip buy area that you can get. If the trend breaks from 1636, then this is now in bearish territory, and it's not even anything I mess with. Okay, so it needs to bounce right here. I like it. Riot looks better than is Path dead? I think Path might be dead, but you guys see Riot, right? You guys see Riot. Let me take a quick look at Path. We made some money on Path a while ago, like over here, and then we kind of got out. But now the thing with Path, and why you want to be careful on Path, you definitely want to wait for this to start trading back above 18. First of all, $18 was where we really needed this to start closing above if you wanted to be maximum bullish on something like Path. But right now, let me see one more thing. Okay, this would be the only thing. It's coming up on a bounce here. Like, I can't be bearish. I just can't be bearish if it stays above 14. But I will say, in order for this to be bullish, like we've talked about time and time again, this needs to really start trading above $18. But it is coming into a bounce area, and this is why this market is just it's so funny right now, because it all, like, if you just look at some of the TA, like, the tariffs makes perfect sense. Like, now we're getting all these stocks in perfect bouncing areas. We got Rivian coming to one, Path coming to one. We're coming into a euphoric type of market. We're seeing that with small caps outpacing, right, the NASDAQ. So a bunch of good stuff is happening, and I think Euphorium has not hit at all, and it's just we're gonna like, if you guys are paying attention right now, these tariff dips only take place, like, where did we get one in April, and then we got one in October. October was an amazing one because you had that China stuff going on, the China 100% tariffs, and then all of a sudden it backtracked, and now they have a deal. So every single tariff dip that you get is a blessing in the market. Rather you guys see it now or you see it later. I'm always on here telling you guys to buy these dips every single time tariffs come. And I think the same thing will happen again, okay? But if you look at Path, I do like Path as long as it can stay above 14. The swing low to swing high basically tells us the $14 is the massive support. It really gets bullish above 17. But I really want to see, or 18, I really want to talk about Riot, okay? And you guys know how much I love my baby Riot. You guys know how much we've been talking about Riot, and we have so many doubters on Riot. We have so many people believing Riot isn't going to do what it's going to do, but I promise you it's going to do what it's going to do because I said it was going to do what it's going to do. You get it? Okay? So if you look at Riot, Riot is breaking out from, and this is something that we talked about last month. We talked about when it dipped there in November. It's literally retesting. It literally is retesting the trend breakout. It's been doing that for the past, since Thanksgiving of last year. All it's been doing is retesting the breakout. And this breakout has been dated back for 3 years, since 2021. Okay, this thing is breaking out from a 2022 breakout. Okay, so from up here to down here, it is now broken out, and it broke out in October, okay, and then it dumped all the way into Thanksgiving, and then Thanksgiving it just retested. Thanksgiving and Santa and Christmas It's just been retesting, and now you're getting that it retested it 2 times, and now it's ready for the first target. This chart is just absolutely amazing. Now, really, you wanted to get into this when we were talking about it down here, like when it was $14, $13, and now you're getting all these land acquisitions and lease agreements from AMD, etc. Riot is set out to fly. They even have some data centers. Okay, they're buying acres of land. Riot had a plan. Okay. Riot had a plan. That's not a smoker's cough. I'm sick. It's not a smoker's cough. See, I knew someone was gonna put the SIGs, bro. I knew someone was gonna put the SIGs. So I said, don't die. I'm weak, bro. I'm weak. I'm sick, man. I got I don't even know. But you look at Riot, okay? Riot is amazing. The first target is to 26. The next target is to 41, okay? Bro, put a SIG. Where would you add to Riot? Brother, options or shares? I love how someone said options or shares. You should 100% make sure you have an equity foundation regardless of options, okay? Most people are getting into this stuff like they're getting just options. They have no foundation. Their foundation is built on sand, okay? Their foundation is built on sand because they just have options. That's it. Okay, you want to build it on a rock, and in order to build that foundation on a rock, you want to ensure that you have shares, equity. You want to like build that foundation, okay? If you have let's say you have $5,000, 4,500 of that should literally just be in equity, okay? You should just buy some equity and just sit on it, and then, with the $500, you should, get some options and, etc. Okay, and then the more money you get, you can add to. Do you understand? The bulk of your money should be going to equity. So I would say equity, but I would say equity. I'd say equity, okay? But options, if you were to get into options, I'd recommend maybe like some June $25 calls or something like that. Okay, I think with the market cap of Riot being $7 billion, with crypto, I believe setting out to go absolutely insane. I think Riot is going to benefit from both data centers and the Bitcoin boom. So I think Riot has a lot of legs to go, and it's really just the beginning. I mean, now it's coming into, I believe, a rejection zone. Yeah. So if you see what I did right there, you see that little line, right? You just draw the Fibonacci from the top to the bottom of this leg, which is, right here to right here. And it is literally at the rejection zone. So this is, and you see, like, it didn't even get above there on Friday. So this is where you're probably going to get some resistance. But as soon as it can break above there, it's basically telling you it's ready to get back to the high, which is around 24. And then, you get 26 and then 40. And then, really above 40, this thing could go really, 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 really crazy. So I like Riot. I've been like that. You guys heard me talk about this time and time and time again. But anyways, put in the comments what stocks you guys will look at. We'll look at some more stocks, okay? But yeah, you see they're getting some land acquisitions, some lease agreements from AMD. Look, man, better stop playing with Riot. You better stop playing with Riot. It's always been good. It's just now time for it to really start breaking out and going crazy. RZLV Zeta. I want to look at Zeta. For RZLV, nothing has really changed for it. Nothing has really changed for RZLV, okay? Like, the thing that I want to see happen is they get above $6, and then above $6, then you can talk about 9. Above 9, then that's when the party really starts for something like that. That's really the only thing to be paying attention to for something like this. But we've seen, you guys know this, if you've been paying attention, if you've been following these lives, if you've been following these videos, these charts pop up a whole lot, okay? Where you have the IPO back in, this is actually 2024, but you have the IPO and then it comes down, consolidates for, maybe a year, and then it breaks out, and then you get, this is called accumulation distribution, okay? You get the breakout from all the accumulation, you get a markup price, and then you get it retesting. It is now retested, and now you're going to get the distribution, the markup to distribution, and into even a greater leg. So I like it, but you really need to see some levels play out for it. Okay, there's nothing like this. Isn't like a Riot. Like, we don't, like, this is a very young $1 billion company, so we don't really know too much about it. We just need to see some TA play out for it. But Zeta, didn't this just have a deal with something? What did it just have a deal with? What did it just have to do with? A lot of people want to look at Zeta. Dang. Zeta just had a deal. I forgot with what though. My boy Chris in here. What's up, Chris? Riot pullback target. Now people want to look at Riot, huh? I had some haters with Riot. Riot pullback target. We should look at that, but really, really like I don't know. For Zeta, they just had deal with ChatGPT. That's what it was. And now you see, we just drew. Now I really want to see how this opens, like along with like a lot of stocks. I really want to see how they open. But if you were just looking at some of this stuff, okay. For the first thing you have to know is how strong were small caps before you got this random tariff news. They were very, very strong. Okay, they were very, very strong. Now, why were they very, very strong? Because we're going into a euphoric market. There's a lot of reasons. So with some fake tariff news, if people know that the tariff news is fake and that a deal is coming, which it always comes, aren't some of these dips for buying? Doesn't that just make sense? And if we just looked at three stocks, we looked at all three of them small caps. We looked at Rivian, we looked at Path. Now we're looking at Zeta, and all of them mysteriously are back at their 618 mysteriously, and they're all small caps. So I think Zeta right here is an excellent buy. Okay, for two reasons. You have hidden daily divergence, hidden bull daily divergence. You have it in the buying area, which is 2016. So just getting right here, you have excellent, what do they call it? Risk to reward. Okay, you have excellent risk to reward right here regardless. Okay, so even if you're wrong, you're not going to be wrong that big, because if it breaks below here, I would stop out. I would wait for a weekly close really below 2017, because I'd be looking to get like some May $25 calls or something. But if you wait for a weekly close below here and then, okay, it's done. Versus you buying up here and now it's dumping and now you understand? But it is in a buying area, okay? There's no way I would be short. There's no way I'd be bearish right here, okay? I'd be bearish on it like up here. You understand? So I like Zeta. The targets haven't hit for Zeta. Zeta's actually retesting like this breakout that it's having, okay? You see this flat, like this thing broke out very, very, very strong. Okay, so I like Zeta. Needs to bounce right here. Then you got 27, and then 30, and then 37, and then really, this could really start going really crazy because it's only a $5 billion market cap. $5 billion market cap. If this just goes to 15 billion, which is very, very possible, you have it at $60. All right. Oh my gosh. Anyways. Anyways, Leo and Javi likely full ported puts with the tariff news. Nah, no way. Riot isn't even going down. Riot is actually up after hours, which is hilarious. I think so, right? It looks like it's up. I don't know if this is accurate data, but it looks like it's up. What is the NASDAQ even doing? Yeah, in the bounce area. Anyways, putting the comments stocks you guys to look at Roblox, EOSC, SMC. I absolutely love all three of those. All three of those, especially EOSC. EOSC is at the rejection level that we talk about a whole lot though. So above there, then you have 20, and then really this thing can start really, really going. Okay, I'm up bigly on EOSC, so I think EOSC is going to continue. No reason to really look at it. It's beautiful. USAR looking frisky. Let's look at USAR. But I don't plan on being live for too long. I definitely want to see how the market opens tomorrow. We definitely we literally we're gonna have some very good bounces. Okay, I want to see the fear. I want to see some fear reset. I want to see some people getting the puts. I want to see some stuff coming in Tuesday. We have FOMC next week after that. Earnings season is literally upon us. We got some very, very some big news. Very big news coming, okay? Very big news. But I agree. USAR looks incredible. This is a bull flag, and the thing about this bull flag, I bet you if you swung calls on Friday, this is probably gonna be green tomorrow. 4-hour hidden bull divergence. I really like USAR. That means MP probably looks very good. Yeah, MP's about to absolutely fly. Okay, this thing is gonna absolutely fly. This is the biggest mineral company. What do they say, man? Trump pushes Greenland focus rare and mining. Yeah, this thing. I think MP is gonna benefit bigly off of all this news. It already is. This thing bottomed out 47. This thing looks incredible, man. $12 billion market cap. This could easily go to 20 billion. This could easily go to 20 billion, and that'll put it at 140. I like it. Still in Affirm, Cipher, and Q. Yes, yes, bro. What? What? Yes. How would I even sell on the weekend? Cipher. I want to look at Cipher. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. $7 billion market cap. It's breaking out of a bull flag, first of all. But also the level that you have right here literally broke out from the fib. Like it was retesting over here, broke out, held very strong. Now what needs to happen is it needs to get above 20. Okay, that's really the only level that is important here, because then you're gonna get some massive levels to $40+ dollars. Okay, so I like Cipher. Like I said, I think small caps right now on this dip that the market should be giving when coming in a Tuesday, you want to focus on these small caps. Okay, it is small cap season now. Could we get some consolidation right here, kind of like the leg that we had right here, from December 12th all the way to December 31st? Sure, I mean, it makes sense just based on this being the measure move, but I think the market should start accelerating here very soon. I don't think the market has time to really be playing around. And to be honest, the measure move hasn't even really played out. Like, I think this could get to 277. Okay, so small caps are the way to go. All right, it is small cap season. It's quite clear. So on this dip, the focus is small cap. The focus is high risk assets. Just like how the focus was on the Qs on every single dip, like the tariff dip right here. This is obviously the Qs. Like, you want to focus on the Qs on this dip, but the market is rotating. Okay, money's rotating. I lost 20,000 on IRA puts. Am I cooked? Depends. How much money you got? You got $2 billion? If you got $2 billion, no, you're not cooked. Unity. Let's look at Unity. What's Unity doing? I'm gonna get you, bro. MB. All right, let's look at MB. Unity. I like Unity right here. I think Unity's gonna bounce. Let's look at MB. Bro. 788 million. What is this? Oh, non-energy minerals. He said, "Why would you leverage so much? If you have $2 billion and you put 20,000 in, that's hilarious." For me to really like this one, it would need to come down to $6. But also, this is just consolidating from here to here. So I don't really have an opinion just based on this being so small of a market cap. But I will say I do like non-energy minerals. I do like the sector that this stock is in. And this thing topped out October 10th when the China deal came. I actually think this could get a very good pop, just based on if MP is bullish, obviously. Okay, this thing's following. It looks like it's following MP. It looks like it's following USAR. Now, I'd rather be in something like MP and the bigger stocks, because those are ultimately gonna move first and bigger, and these are kind of just smaller caps. And you don't like that. They don't have Defense Department contracts like MP does, so they're kind of riskier. But TA wise, I would like to see that. I think $6. Yeah, $6. I like it, but maybe above 7. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna move with the USARs but like I'd rather be in USAR. This is 2.6 billion. I'd rather be in USAR. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. This is another amazing live stream. Obviously, I want to wait for the market to open up tomorrow and see what how we're gonna open our stock's gonna dump. We gotta see how the market opens. So I don't want to go too in depth with a lot of this stuff until we see how the market opens. Okay. But good luck tomorrow, right? Good luck tomorrow. Risk manage yourselves. Risk manage yourselves. And let's get this money. Let's get this money, man.